Hey guys, what up? Ryuwolves here, and today guys, I'd like to just start off this video with explaining why there hasn't been any new uploads of Deathruns lately in the course of the last few weeks. So the big problem is guys is that there's not a whole lot of Deathruns left. There are a couple sites that I have gone up to, like Fortnite HQ. I can go in there and I can look at all these Deathruns that are supposed to be out there and everything. Problem is that there's really just not any more Deathruns. I've actually gone over here. Let's slide over here to this section right here. So if we go over here, guys, and we go to down here, we scroll down to where it says Deathruns. As you guys can see right here, I've done all these Deathruns. Every single one of these Deathruns I have done. Now, granted, I have said in previous in previous videos, or even in messages on Twitter, I have posted to people that I don't always upload every single Deathrun that I do, just because there are a lot of Deathruns out there that take 500 levels to 1,000 levels. To some Deathruns are just so easy, and we're talking incredibly easy. The ones that I just feel kind of embarrassed posting those on a YouTube channel to basically show, yeah, we have done all these different Deathruns. Yeah, we have done them all. But here's the thing. I did say in my About Me section that if no matter how easy, no matter how hard, whatever, you name it, we're going to add it to the channel. That was more so like my point of saying, hey guys, I'm going to add Deathruns to my channel, and I'm going to show you I'm going to basically show you guys how to make them look easy. So if they're easy, they're just too easy. If they're hard, they're basically going to be turned into easy mediums. People that do Deathruns that are super impossible. We're talking ones that are just so out there. Those are the ones that I consider to be either not impossible, but they're considered really hard, and they take a lot of time and practice. And then I've watched other people do some videos on maps that I've considered to be impossible, and they make them look like a joke. And it just comes down to how much time they've either played the map, or it all comes down to just how good they are overall with doing their Deathruns. So yeah, if any of you guys have been wondering lately why Ryuwolves here hasn't been posting any more Deathruns on his Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule between the hours of noon and 2 p.m., my time, is just that there really hasn't been any good Deathruns. Now, there is Deathruns here, guys. Don't get me wrong. There are Deathruns here, but we have a lot of new type of Deathruns. We have parkour Deathruns. We just seem to be running into a lot of Deathruns that don't really seem to be Deathruns. They're just a bunch of mixed in maps with objectives. I've tried playing a lot of these maps lately. I just got done doing this one last night right here. It was very broken. I even sent a Twitter message to the guy that created this map, and he said, yeah, sorry, it's broken, but he's fixing it. But again, there's a lot of things on here, guys, that even this one last night, I did this and beat it in under 4 minutes. It's just, there's a lot of, I feel like the people who create Deathruns, guys, the people who are building their maps, the only way they're really going to get their maps out there for Epic to pick, or if they are easy. Truthfully, that's just the way it works. Most people who create Deathruns, they're doing it for the fun. And let me explain that, guys. I explained it last night clearly to my girlfriend who I was talking to last night, that it's just when people make Deathruns, the problem is that if it's not fun, no one's really gonna play it, right? So when people create a Deathrun, they're trying to keep it easy and fun so that anybody can do it. But the problem with that is that they make it too easy. They basically when you add a jump, they basically figure, oh, well, no one's going to be able to make the whole square, so I got to make sure I add a little drop in the middle of that square so they can jump in and then out. Or they basically make the square jump, but then they add a ledge that's a little closer so that you can actually make it so that you don't miss. There's so many things that people are even doing. Even these, I call them a little bit more advanced jumps. They're basically a wall with a square box in the middle, and they put a turn on the other end of that because when you jump, people think that you can't really jump into the window, or actually you can. It's just a lot harder, and it takes a lot of practice to get that jump to land on the ledge and get your head in there just right so that you can land on it and then slide in and then do like a couple of those in a row. Some people add those, but they always add skips behind them, which basically when people run up to it, they go, I can't do it. I'm not going to waste my time. They hit skip and they're done. It's like, I'm sorry, but the maps that I'm looking for as to why I'm not going to be posting much right now is I'm looking for maps that are actually going to push the player. That's actually going to make you actually try. I don't like Deathruns that are just super easy. I'm not going to waste I'm not going to go, what I'm saying moving forward, guys, is I'm not going to add a 500 level Deathrun to my channel just to add it. Because that takes, depending on how much time that is, I could go through here and I could do every one of these maps, beat them all, and then upload every single one of them and critique it all. I could still do that. But the problem I'm having is that every single time we go and we do that, every map is turning into the same thing. It's the same level of difficulty. It's easy. At this point, my channel, for me being a Fortnite Deathrun king, which is what I represent myself as, I basically go in and destroy people's Deathruns and make them look like a joke. That's been my thing since the beginning of this year. And I've been cruising through all these people's Deathruns, and it's just like, it's just, I'm looking for, something that's harder, guys. I would really like your guys' help. For those of you guys that watch my channel, those of you that are supporting me right now, those of you that are new and haven't subscribed and you're listening in on this, if you guys know people and you guys know people that know how to create difficulty Deathruns, we're talking harder Deathruns. I really want a push. I want people to be creative. I want people to actually start thinking about, when you get to a next stage, I'm like stage 1. When you get to stage 1 and there's only 15 stages total, I want these stages to actually make me have to think about what I need to do at each stage, so that that they can be done. Now, there's a lot of different stages out there. There's people's maps that I never thought I'd ever even get close to beating. And then there are days that I got so close to beating them, and then I had to give up because I outran the clock. The clock, basically, the storm came in and killed me. But every single time I've ever gotten that far in people's maps, I take a week off or 2 weeks off. I come back later and I do it again, and I get all the way to that part where I died, where I didn't have that, and I did it in half the time. And that tells me that I am improving. So again, when it comes down to doing Deathruns, guys, I really, really would love to see some more Deathruns in the future from any of you guys out there that I have spoken to via on Twitter. If you guys know who I am on Twitter, it's Ryuwolves. I have been basically reaching out to anybody who has been creating Deathruns. If anybody has Deathruns that are challenging, we're talking real challenge. We're talking not impossible. We're not talking like the impossible trolls. We're not talking about impossible plus impossible, meaning everything is having to 100% be timed. We're not talking about those type of Deathruns. We're talking about Deathruns that are just rated hard to like elite. We're talking about doing impossible, but we're not talking about the beyond impossible. When I talk about beyond possible, we're talking about Deathruns that people basically create that are just like basically 0.01% of the world that will ever beat it. Therefore, the map will never get shown by Epic because no one's going to want to play it. And then on top of that, people have to be able to actually play it. The whole point of creating videos for YouTube is so that people can see how to do Deathruns in a way that other people can't, which is why we need those harder Deathruns. We need them out there, guys. So I'm asking any of you guys that create Deathruns to start looking at people's maps, come up with your own ideas, but don't copy. Let me repeat this, guys. Please do not copy a design that somebody else has already come up with. So if you get into a map and you see how the design is already made, please do not try to re-implement that design from that other person's map. Do something completely different. Think outside the box. Start looking at a Deathrun and try to think about like a dropper death run. We're talking, death runs that all go downhill, death runs that have to climb up a hill, death runs that basically require you to go from one distance vertically back down a different, like a sliding death run. We're talking like really start thinking about how to make a death run that's going to actually make the person have to start to think about what the hell they're doing. Because I get it. Some people, when they build death runs like that, a lot of players that are beginners, a lot of people that are new, a lot of people that get in there, they're going to be like, no, I'm out. I'm not going to do this. They'll rage quit. That's what I'm looking for. I want that type of map because I want it to be that type of map where only the best of the best players will really take it on, because that will really show, the difficulty for that map. At the end of the day, if you guys create me maps like that, they're going on my channel. I'm going to be critiquing, and I'm going to be explaining what you could do more, what you could do less of, so that your maps could be so much more cleaner, so much better. The whole idea for my channel, guys, for this year has been about doing death runs. And the reason why is because when I go through a death run, I critique it. I explain everything there is about your death run, what you could do more of, what I'd like to see from you in the future, and things like that. And if there's any maps that you already have out there that I have not played, you can post those and I will go and I'll take them on. And then I will go through each and every one and I'll critique those as well. And then I'll shoot you a message via Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or wherever. And I will let you guys know what I thought about your maps, what you could work on. Again, there's so much stuff that you guys could do as content creators so that you can give us people like myself who really love the challenge, that type of challenge. Now, granted, I'm going to make one more request. Please do not make any death runs that require a player to do over 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 1,000 levels of a death run. It is insanity. It's not even worth it. If you're going to create a death run, I would rather see 500 levels tweaked all the way down to 50 levels and take all 450 remaining levels, take out. So here's what you guys got to do. If you guys make a 500 level death run, take out all the checkpoints between 1 and 100 and make 5 stages. Stage 1 through 100 is one stage. If you can't clear all 100 jumps without fucking fail, then you go all the way back to the beginning. You guys need to really start coming up with some designs here, guys. And I'm telling you, if you guys make a death run where there's like, say, you got to do like 40 jumps before you get to that next checkpoint, I'll do it. I'll freaking do it. But I ain't going to do a death run that's got, do a jump, land on the other ledge, get a checkpoint. There's no point in that. That's boring. Give me something that's going to actually make me start to like, okay, calm down, because if you mess up a jump, you go all the way back. And people like myself, I love that type of challenge. But you guys got to make maps that have that type of feeling in it. If you guys don't create a map that got that type of drive, people that come in and do your death runs, it's just consistency. They're going to get so used to doing easy that they're never going to know what it means to actually push themselves. The whole point of doing a death run is not just to have something that's fun and unique, but to be entertaining. Nobody that watches a YouTube video wants to see something that's just easy. Because at the end of the day, if it's always easy, they're going to look at you as a YouTuber and they're going to be thinking, you're doing death runs, but they're all easy. Where's the hard stuff? Like, show me where you're actually good at this. Because anybody can do those, but show me. And that is the message I'm trying to drive to every one of my viewers and to all my subscribers and those of you guys that are not subscribed. I want maps that are going to push me to make me better than all the rest. Now, at the end of the day, I respect every single person that has created a map, because let me tell you, you guys that create maps, they're fantastic. Let me tell you again, I have played each and every one of these maps so far. They look great. They feel fantastic. But they're not good enough to make my list in terms of going in, recording them, and then making a video out of them and then showing them. Now, granted, I could do it. But again, I've gone through so many easy death runs, so many others. Like the last 10 minutes I've been explaining that. I've gone through so many people's death runs lately, and they just they just don't fit. Like, they just don't make any sense. It's like people, they make something that's supposed to be looking cool, but then they make the Deathrun incredibly, like, it's not even a Deathrun. There's no traps. You jump on something and it doesn't kill you. I mean, there's things on these maps, guys, that just don't make any sense to me. Like, people say it's a Deathrun, but I didn't see a trap for like almost like 50 jumps. I'm thinking, is this a Deathrun or is this a fun run? Because there's a difference, guys, between a fun run and a Deathrun. If you're gonna be implying it that it's a Deathrun, guys, Deathruns are where there's actually traps and stuff that kills you. If you guys get sent back and it says don't worry about dying, just get teleported back, then don't call it a Deathrun, call it a fun run. Because at the end of the day, if you're not dying, there's no such thing. There's no Deathrun involved. A Deathrun is where you guys have traps. It's where you go and you die. That's literally the whole name of the Deathrun, is to go in and die by traps killing you. That's the whole point. Or getting killed by, not just traps. It doesn't have to be traps in general, guys. It could be death barriers. It could be, water that kills you. It could be the fact that you guys have guards. It could be the fact that, there are just stages where you have to face the clock, or there's so many different things out there, guys, that you guys should be thinking about. And I think the biggest issue with Deathruns so far, guys, or with the whole entire factor of Deathruns, is that everybody who picks a Deathrun, who plays a Deathrun, they keep re-implementing Deathruns, guys, that have the same appeal to everything else. So let me put it in this term. When I run into a Deathrun and someone's got a colored based Deathrun, they have one that's all blue walls, all red walls, all black walls, all green walls, all yellow walls. It doesn't matter. They basically, as you guys can see right here on this image right here, guys, you have these right here. People add all these and the checkpoint, and they count that as a stage. Guys, you guys can't count this as a stage. Stage 1 to stage 2 can't be that easy. If that's all your Deathrun looks like, that's not a Deathrun. Because at this point, no one's stupid enough to fall in. They're just going to go whoop, 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 and run through the entire thing. A Deathrun, guys, needs to consist of actually somewhat a physical challenge. And I could say, if you're going to create 80 levels, then this is what you got to do. The first stage is a freebie. You give one freebie. The second stage gets a little bit longer, meaning instead of going 1 and then 2 and then 3, you do the first one, it's 1. Then the second stage, there's 2 jumps. Stage 3, there's 3 jumps. Stage 4, there's 4 jumps. Stage 5, there's 5 jumps. And you keep that going until the person basically starts getting that message that this is actually getting longer. And it's not got any checkpoints until I get to that next line. And you bring that 80 back down to like a 50 almost, and then you basically say, well, man, when you get to the stage 10, you got 10 more jumps. Maybe you beat the Deathrun at that point. But the point is that you create an atmosphere within your Deathrun that it's not square to square. It's not square jump. It's basically, bounce pad to tire to the bounce pad to fly across. Maybe have a flint knock spawned right above a thing. You got to fly through that flint knock, pick it up in mid, go, fly over to the ledge, beam yourself diagonal and fly up to a higher ledge. Guys, be creative. Do something that no one has ever seen before in your Deathruns. And I tell you what, you do that, people are going to love you for it. They're going to love your maps. They're going to think that you are the best creator out there. I'm dead serious. You guys have all the opportunity in the world to be super creative, and that's what I want for you guys. I want you guys to be creative so that when I, Ryuwolves, go and take on your Deathrun, I can just play it and I can be like, wow, these guys know what they're doing now. So anyways, that's pretty much the scoop, guys. That's where I'm at currently on my channel. So if you guys haven't been seeing me put any more videos, those are the reasons why. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not going to add more stuff to my channel. I have been. I've been adding memes. I've been adding spots for Fortnite Battle Royale. I've been trying to do some stuff with Klombo and a couple other things. There's some things I've been working on right now already. You know, if you guys also watch Among Trees, there's also stuff that I post for Among Trees. You guys can check that out on my channel already. Basically, how to build your log cabin. I have some guides on already, basically all the common, uncommon locations, how to find chicory. That's a legendary plant. It's really hard to find. On top of that, guys, you also have some of my mobile app game that I did a couple videos for, which was War and Order. So if you play that, it's in the game. It's on your Android or iPad or Apple, or you can play it on the PC as well. But yeah, guys, if you guys like that, it's War and Order is basically just a game where you play in a realm. You choose a world and you be part of a realm. It could be like 1410, 1455, something like that. You choose whatever the realm that's allowed to be allowed to you at that time. When you join it, you start a castle. It goes from 1 all the way to level 40. It can take you pretty much 1 to 2 years perhaps to get all the way to like level 40. We call it castle. We call it C40 or C10 or C20. Those are your different levels for your overall castle. And then you have your players, meaning all the other players around you that are playing. You have alliances, you have farms. You can create your own castles, additional castles to create as farms so that you can level up in your game. There's so many different things about that game that you can enjoy. I've been playing it for over about 2 to 3 years now. It's a lot of fun. I'm a part of about one of the biggest alliances in one of the realms that I'm representing right now. It's a really fun game. It's very involving, so it takes a lot of your time. So that's also on my channel as well. And then we also have not a lot of other games right now at the moment, I would say. The next one that I've been playing a little bit, guys, is Genshin Impact. So yeah, I've been playing a little bit of that. And we've actually only streamed 3 days of that, so we really should probably pick up where we left off on that, because that was a lot of fun. I would really like to get back into playing more of that. It's just I've been focusing a lot more of my time on Fortnite for the last few weeks. Other than that, but yeah, guys, that's pretty much gonna be a wrapping point for this. That's all I wanted to let you guys know. And as always, guys, just take a consideration of everything I have spoken about up till now. Truly, I'm saying all this for your guys' benefit. It helps you guys out as a content creator. It helps you guys out as a DeathRun creator. It helps you out in the future for creating any type of map. Always have in mind not just the players, but the people out there who are above that spectrum. We're talking about people who play Deathruns every single day, people who actually need the challenge, because if you don't leave that challenge in there, and those people, like, they get in, they do a Deathrun and it takes them 20 minutes to do 100, or other people, they don't get through the 100. They give up after 45 minutes because they can't get to it. Those maps, granted, there are people out there are kids out there that will continue to play your guys' easy ones, but while that is going on, you guys need to be jumping on these 10 to 15 level stage maps. You guys need to be creating these really insane difficulty maps. At least make them hard, at least make them, challenging. And even if you guys don't have any good ideas, make the map anyways. Send them to Ryuwolves, send them to me directly. I will go in there, I will test them out, and I will tell you guys what I think you guys should do, because I always do. I always go back in and play a map, and I say, guys, you could do this whole stage differently. If you want to make it challenging, add traps, do all these different things. If you don't have the ideas, ask me, I'll tell you what you should do, and then you go in there and do it how you want, but you'll know exactly what I'm looking for, and you'll know how to push me to be even better. And at the end of the day, guys, it'll make you guys better as content creators, which is what I'm aiming for. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this one. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you guys are all enlightened from my news. I hope it all helps you guys out, makes you guys understand what I'm looking for and what I'm hoping you guys can get out of this. I know the only thing I'm getting out of this is the benefit that I get to do your Deathruns, which is fantastic. And the best thing of all is that you guys have someone that's going to actually play your Deathruns. And I know there's a lot of other people out there that are going to play them, but you know that someone out there really cares and wants you to succeed. And on top of that, guys, that's where I'm going to leave this off. Hope you all enjoyed. If you guys are new to the channel, Subscribe. If you guys are already subscribed, thank you so very much. And I hope to get more videos out there as soon as I possibly can. But until then, peace out and game on, guys. Thanks for watching.